at a location, the stress level has gone down, and we don't have to deal with as much stupidity. But the news is aggravating enough. Am I right on that?
Oh, yeah. And then we have the
Yes.
the shootings in France.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they're saying
Any comments would be helpful. We'd like to hear what your comments are on this. What you think about this, and if this is gonna, you think this to be a trend?
yeah. Do you guys? I mean,
All these random shootings. Of course, this most recent one that happened the other day
yeah.
at a Jewish school near Paris is
Yeah. It's kind of
been in the media a lot more because it was children killed.
yes. It was
Some
children.
coward, some Muslim coward who.
Yeah.
I like how the first couple of days when the story started breaking, the day of the shootings and the day after.
Yeah.
They tried to say,
It was some
oh
right.
well, it's linked to these other shootings where they shot some French,
Yeah.
military. How did they know?
Yeah.
I don't get how they put that together, and they were trying to basically say it was some right-wing extremist, and then they got the guy cornered, and they found out his name was like Muhammad El Yama.
Yeah.
Captain
Allah Akbar.
Crunch, for all I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Another
yeah.
Allah Akbar.
Sure, he was
type.
a right-winger.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, if you say Allah Akbar constantly and cut off heads of people, then I guess you are a right-wing nut, right? Wouldn't that,
yeah.
Wouldn't that classify you as one? But I don't know.
I think that just qualifies you as a nut.
Yeah, exactly. You're a demon-possessed, just killer. So I don't,
No, if you're preying on children,
Yeah,
you're walking up shooting little kids.
no conscience at all.
There's already a hole in your heart.
Yeah, pretty much. And you're just a sicko that
Probably
needs
not
to be
going to
put
get
down.
filled.
Nope. You just need to be put down like the sick dog that you are.
And then they're standing off. They might still be having a standoff with this guy for all I know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything different yet, but
Yeah, and you know what the government's going to do over there? They're going to try to be accommodating. You know,
Well, yeah,
because
'cause
I
they're-
know how they are. They're going to go,
Like
oh,
we heard-
well, we're going to give you your prayer rug and your halal meals, and we're going to make sure your harem gets to you on time. Please don't blow anybody else up.
5 million Muslims
Yeah, 5 million.
in France.
In
Can you
France.
believe that?
Yeah.
There's 5 million Muslims in France, 700,000 Jews.
Yes. And I don't know what the Christian ratio is there. I mean,
I think it's pretty high still. I mean,
it's pretty high, yeah. Yeah, so.
But there's a lot of it's a secular nation. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah.
a socialist, secular country. The
yeah.
Muslims are trying to take it over,
Yeah.
like they're trying to do in Spain, and they've done in most of the Middle East.
Oh, yeah. They've done it quite effectively because the secular government
With
is-
the exception of Israel, and I know that Muslims claim that that's their land and all this, but the last time I checked, there were Jews there 4,000 years ago,
yeah, yeah.
and I don't recall there being any Palestinians, which is really just derived from the word Philistine.
Yeah.
But Philistines were light-skinned, red-haired,
Yes.
much like you're Irish,
Or Scottish. Yeah.
Scottish.
Scottish when they're finishing. Yeah,
Yes.
we numpties.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So
we're going to
I don't know
get
where
it.
their claims come from to even being Palestinian or Philistine, or
Yeah.
however you
it's
wanna say it.
something of that nature.
because I always thought they were Arabs. In
Right.
1947, when the Balfour Declaration really went into effect, it was
Yeah.
actually, the declaration was made in the late 19th century. But when they really started going back and Israel was established as a nation
Yeah.
after World War II, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Qatar,
Yeah.
all these other Arab nations surrounding, they basically, what they did is they released all their reprobates, all the dregs of society,
Yeah.
and they flooded the land with them.
Yeah.
And then they started a war, obviously, which they got their
Yeah.
butts kicked. And then they tried starting another one in the 50s. They got their butts kicked. They started another one in the 60s. They got their butts kicked.
Yeah.
And it'll just be a continual butt kicking from now until the end of time.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, just get
It
used
is
to it.
what it is.
It's gonna be the same crap, different day until the return of the kingdom. So.
All right.
So, NYPD says Iran has conducted surveillance in New York City. Then what the hell are we doing?
Well, it's called the UN, the
Yeah.
United Nations.
Well, that building should be
I
removed.
think we put in about 90% of the funding for that.
Yeah, and it should be turned
And all it
into-
is a forum for other countries,
Yeah, to
their
come in here
leaders,
and-
to come in here and bash this country.
Yeah,
Well, they dig our hospitality and our good food and you
Yeah.
know, the fact that it's
And
a
our
free
cheap-
nation and
yeah.
they can actually walk around without being fearful of their lives
yeah,
on a from minute to minute, street
Yeah.
to street, beat to beat.
yeah.
Good blood, bad blood.
Yeah, exactly.
But then they'll get up there in the UN with the cameras rolling and they'll
Yeah.
deliver these grandiose speeches about how horrible America is and
Yeah,
how we're screwing up the world.
yeah,
Which
and-
may be true.
yeah, it might be
To
I
some
mean,
extent, I believe it is. I think with
Yeah.
with the music industry and
Oh my God.
the movie and the television industries
Uh-huh.
are pumping out nonstop poison to your mind.
And then the 2% media.
And then you got all these 2% churches sending missionaries out to other countries, to foreign countries, and preaching their 2% gospel,
Yeah,
their love gospels,
yeah.
their don't hate your enemies gospels.
No, you see, God actually explains in the Bible various times it's okay to be angry. It's called righteous anger.
Read the Torah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so, gosh, Jefferson County schools again. Maybe they're watching.
Could be.
Well, we're not taking any calls right now. We'll probably open the phone lines up later on in the show and let you guys call in and, try to take us on some of these topics. Spies target Taiwan's U.S.-made defenses. So that's kind of a big
China
story.
wants Taiwan.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it, and they're going to get it.
Yeah. That'd be an easy win for them.
That's just a short matter of time.
Yep. And we can't do anything to stop it. I mean, shoot, they just roll right over it, just like they'd roll over Japan. Japan is weak right now, folks, with that Fukushima thing and the tsunami. They're weak. I mean, it wouldn't take much to plow over them
Well,
at this point.
that and the effect of World War. The effects of World War II still linger in Japan.
Yeah.
It's its economy isn't just as bad a shape as everybody else's economy
Yeah.
right now.
Yep.
So it's the barrel's cracking all over the place. It's
Yeah.
not just here.
Yep. And
You
it's going to end up banana peeling eventually. So that's what's going to go on. So here's another story. TSA wants fingerprints and personal data from 300 individuals using Maryland's 3 airports. So that should make you feel good that if you fly into Maryland.
I wonder if that's Republicans and Democratic senators or congressmen that they're wanting to.
It could very well be, or it could be pastors or talk show hosts or, members of the NRA. I don't know. That could be anybody. U.S. denies disclosing missile defense data to Russia. So, Michael Savage was talking about this on his show, where Obama committed an act of treason and actually committed an act of war against Britain, in my opinion, by selling their secrets to Russia. I mean, isn't that an act of war? I mean, I'm not a lawyer or a politician or anything, but that seems a little shady to me.
This is all dealing with the missile intercept system that they're
Yes.
working on out there.
Yes, and Britain does
Over
not.
Europe.
Yes. Russia destroys over 60% of its chemical weapons stockpile. I have a hard time believing that, but that's what it says in the news here. World's most powerful laser fires most powerful laser blast in history. Oh, new super weapon, folks. Possibly.
Carnal.
Yep. Despite U.S. concerns, Miami judge allows Castro spy to visit dying brother in Cuba.
Next.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Oh.
Next.
No. Madonna vows to oppose gay law.
Next.
Okay,
I think we're
wrapping.
done with the news.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
done.
Oh, wait. We got one more down there. The space probe
Oh, yes.
in Siberia.
Yeah, UFO lands
Another
inside.
UFO sighting.
Actually, this was
Or a fragment. I
a
should say.
fragment landed. there.
Shiny metal object fell from the sky. It's
Yeah.
been confirmed that it was not from an airplane or a rocket or a missile.
Yeah. So where did it come from?
2 meters high. It's like a disc shaped kind of a,
Yeah.
almost like a chandelier, the bottom of a chandelier or something, like one of them disco balls.
Yeah, and
Kind of looks like a big disco ball, like half of it.
yeah, and the way this thing looks like it's put together, it's a solid piece. It's not welded. It looks like it's fabricated pretty solidly here.
And yeah, whoever built it, it looks well built.
Yeah,
Of
definitely.
course, we can never tell with these kind of stories for sure because there are a lot of kooks out there.
Yeah, that could
who,
just be
they see a
painting up garbage cans.
helicopter in the sky at night and they think it's a UFO. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Emirates say that a whole load of airlines will fail due to the fuel squeeze.
Emirates.
Yeah,
That's
so the
and that's
Arabs.
the biggest. That's the biggest airline
Yeah. That's the
that conducts international traffic,
yes,
and they're
so-
based in Dubai.
Yeah, and they they're worried about the fuel squeeze.
So what's gas gonna hit?
$10 a gallon, I'll bet.
You want to say 10? I
Yeah.
say at least 7 at the
7.
high end.
Okay. 5 on the
least.
low.
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
It's gonna be cheaper here in Colorado because we have so many refineries here.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
even though they haven't built a new refinery in God knows how long.
Yes.
It's probably since I was a kid and you were a kid.
Yeah.
It's-
Man, it was
I think it's
back in
been
the
it's been
80s,
since
man.
the early to mid '80s was the last time we were
Yeah.
doing any refinery work, and there hasn't been a new one built in Colorado since.
Nope.
It's
no.
been close to 30 years, folks, since there's been a new refinery built in the state of Colorado. I don't know the rest of the country. There might have been. It'd be interesting to look that up and maybe do a segment on that.
Yeah, I think so. We should. And, again, Obama, he jams healthcare through, but stops the Keystone Pipeline, which would have greatly helped us out. If that thing would have gone through, we would have been probably okay. But now we're going to have to go through the
Yeah,
red
but
tape.
the caribou herds
I don't give a shit. They're a food source.
and
They're a food source, in my opinion.
the Alaskan peacock.
I don't care. I don't care. Food. Again, you're talking about things that could feed Americans.
What
here.
about the polar bears and the Kodiaks?
food?
We
Vermin control. You know?
The pipeline will disrupt their habitat. And
I don't give
Yeah,
two.
just
You
look
know,
at this-
actually, the pipeline, the caribou like it. Believe it or not, they hang out underneath it for warmth. You didn't know that? They like it. So, and they're stupid animals anyway. They don't know what the thing is that's going above them. They have no idea what it is. It keeps them warm because there's warm oil going through it. Because they have to heat the pipe so the oil doesn't show up.
yeah,
So you're actually creating a habitat for them to breed under and stuff because it's nice and warm. So I don't know.
that's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
But why? It's backwards.
Yeah, it is.
We've
It's-
we've let this 0.1% minority has
be the
completely
one-
flipped everything around in this country in
Yeah.
a mere 50 years.
It's
It has been flipped around to where we're basically screwing ourselves.
yeah.
Okay, we're hitting ourselves in the head with a baseball bat until we're knocked out.
Yes.
This is what the United States is doing. This
Yeah.
is what our leaders are doing. They're
Yeah.
whacking them. They're whacking us in the head
Yes.
until we go out,
Like little bunny foo-foo, basically.
and then they can pick up the remains.
Yep. And then they get the
And
stupidest.
let me tell you, folks, where there's a carcass, the vultures will gather.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, either way you look at it, that's the way it is. I mean, there's no other concrete way of putting it nice. There's no political correct way of saying it, which leads us into our next story.
There is
which-
a politically correct way of saying it, but you're not going to hear it here. So
No, you're not going to hear PC here at all. Because we don't believe in it and we don't comply to those rules. So, for those of you who like to be PC, I've got a message for you. Read between the lines, okay? So